Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Well, if you look over the pattern in the last 4 to 5 trading days, it looks somewhat similar to we can see back here in yellow, which I've highlighted in September, with all the spikes above the level of 73 cents. And now if we look at the pattern, we've got a shooting star and also a long-legged doji and close to a hanging man. These represent negative patterns in the candle formation and therefore does expect to see further risk of potentially breaking down. Now also we could note that there is bearish divergence given from the RSI. Now if we get a break of 72.25, that would confirm the bearish candle here, which is represented as or formed as a shooting star, and it would give a measured move down towards this region, which is somewhere close to the 71 cent handle. Reassess from there, as we could be looking even lower towards 70 cents. With the given fact that also the Australian dollar being a commodity-based currency, and with the gold just recently in the beginning of the week falling 115 points and still holds rather negative in terms of vulnerable to that key level of 1,850, could trigger a significant downturn for the Aussie. So keeping an eye on this pattern here, as I do expect to see a similar pattern as we saw emerge in September, and this should also happen if this shooting star is confirmed from 72.25 break. Looking at the euro, we are just through the level of 117.80. It does confirm, from what I view as from the confirmation from the outside range day, a break to at least somewhere around the low 116. But we do need a little bit more confirmation. Now we do have partly from the RSI, but the MACD needs to marry up and therefore look towards this 116. I would say from a close of New York tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock that underneath 117.80 should be enough confirmation, and therefore look towards a decline as the US dollar is expected to increase. It is measured against the euro at 57.6 and therefore should see further strength across the board for the dollar in the US. Dollar yen is attempting to try and break higher. Now it is forming somewhat of a pennant flag here. If we get a break above 105.50.55, this would give further scope up towards the 106 to 107 region. But we have seen 4 hesitations towards this level, and the MACD is just holding bullish, while the RSI is a bit on the buckled side. So we could see a pullback first to 104.2040 area, and then maybe a test and break through the level to the top side. The pound was very choppy overnight, not quite breaking down, but if we see a move further from the RSI, could give the call to the bears to come back and look back towards the bottom side of the range around 129. I would like to see a little bit more confirmation because the ADX is still trending, so let's see how it plays out. Keeping an eye on sterling yen, we've got a shooting star also. Now, we're not quite broken down, but a move under 139 would give further confirmation to at least to the 136 region. See where it closes tomorrow. If we are underneath 139, then yes, I would say the bears have reclaimed this cross. As I mentioned before, the downside is still a little bit vulnerable at 1,850 or around 46 to 52. I do anticipate that a break from there could see a further decline down towards a level around 117.55 to 65. Keeping an eye on this candle, could end up to being a bearish outside range week, but we need confirmation from Saturday's close. But at present, it is somewhat negative, and it could put further emphasis on the downside, especially if this pattern is being somewhat of a flag or close to a pennant, more to the fact, and therefore could see the level of 1,850 crumbling. Finishing off with the oil, well, the market took a challenge to the upside and clearly rejected the level close to that $43.70-90 region, also seen as a broad cap. If we go to the broader picture, when the market plummeted down to around $10 a barrel. Nevertheless, if we get a break through the level of 40.90, which is close to what this shooting star looks like, and therefore could see a move down to 38.60. Well, that's a wrap for today. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, look out for the interest rate report and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.